Welcome to Kenobi Episode 6 Review and Series Rant Pow. Kenobi, you're fired. Hello, how's it going? Good, great, fantastic. And welcome to our final. It's over. It's finally over. It's over. Kenobi's over. Episode 6 played today. We got to see it. It was just as stupid as the rest with a couple of cool bits. And we'll get into it. Sam's going to do a breakdown. However, before we do that, I have said that we should usually forego introductions from now on to keep things short. But because we have a new member joining us who has as much disdain for the show as we do, please welcome Chris. Hello, Chris. How you doing?
Hello. I'm not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Excellent.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
This is a great channel. If you ever have things to rant on, just come join in on the fun and vent.
Why not?
Or if you want to talk about something you like, that's what we're here for. We're an eclectic bunch of nutters who just have fun doing what we do. We delivered your intro, Hosea. It's not as good as yours, but we gave it a shot. It was completely improvised, so yeah, I wasn't ready. But anyway, before we get to the play-by-play, let's get overall thoughts on this episode. Zam, I'll start with you.
I felt like they tried to tie up a few things at the end, obviously. The action was okay, but with the fight scene very early on in the episode, you then knew that everything else was going to be okay. We need to sort this out, need to sort that out, all of yada yada, and that's how it came across. It's just...
Oh, and spoilers, by the way.
Yeah,
this whole thing is spoilers. Before
it's really hard, but I understand people's disappointment, but just watching it for the sake of it and just all of that, it's okay. But there are issues, like massive issues when it comes to continuity, and those are my gripes more than anything. But regarding this whole story arc, this whole premises, it could have been a lot better. And this is the first time I was very disappointed with the use of Reva. I was like, what the fuck is going on with Reva in this episode? I mean, prior to that, I'm not like the fucking other neckbeards you talk about, we've spoken about, who just hate the fact that there's a black woman on their fucking screen. But on this particular occasion, I did not like how Reva was used in this fucking episode. Not for me. Anyway, we'll talk about it more after we've done the breakdown.
Chris, just your thoughts on this episode, then I'll get you can vent afterwards about the whole show.
It's literally all the fights and everything. There is no peril. You know none of them are going to die.
Yeah.
So it just feels like, it's just a few slaps. Nobody's going to die.
Mm-hmm.
The only person you think are going to die are people who you've never seen before. The main stars are going to get right to the end. And also, the whole series has been, what's it called? Nothing. As in, it started off with him in the desert, ends with him in the desert. Everybody's back where they were. Literally, nothing happened, really.
Yep.
The story's just one big circle.
Yep, exactly that. And to the comments, yeah. Hi, Bandit and Vance. The suspense is just non-existent when you know nobody's going to die. Well, exactly. I mean, I'll give my thoughts on the episode as well. It was just a fucking dumpster fire. I mean, just the script is just so painful. I had trouble. Sometimes when I get frustrated with things, I have trouble just directly staring at something for fear of saying or doing or lashing out. And this normally doesn't happen when watching a show, okay? Because it's a show. But I couldn't even put my eyes when they were talking. I was just like, this is so fucking stupid. And then the fight, I didn't hate the fight between Kenobi and Vader. I thought it was really good. But again, there is no peril. Nobody's going to die. So there should have been a bit more emotion in there. And again, the ins and outs of what happened in that fight, we'll talk about later. The Reaver thing, they shit the bed. It was predictable that what they were going to do, but they did it in the most Kenobi way ever, in that it was just really badly executed. Vader got sand in his suit. It gets everywhere, but he hates sand. What can you do? So Zam, if you want to go to the breakdowns, and then
we can talk about it a little bit
as a whole. Yeah.
Okay, so Reva is on Tatooine, asking the locals for Owen Lars because she doesn't know about Luke, just knows about a boy, and Owen's got him. Obi tells the refugees that he's off and tells them that they are the future. This is when obviously they're on the spaceship, and I do admit the scenes of them avoiding the blaster fire from the Death Star was pretty cool. He gives Leia a holster and tells Roken that he's the leader now, and people will follow you. Owen is informed that someone's looking for them, and Obi takes an escape vessel to lure Vader from the refugees. Now, this kind of pissed me off because this is a massive Star Destroyer. You're telling me that that whole fucking ship has to follow Obi-Wan? There's like nobody could follow the fucking refugees.
There's no TIE fighters or anything on this Star Destroyer.
I mean, TIE fighters can't do light speed, but they must have other ships on that gigantic vessel.
That ship did not go to light speed. It didn't go to light speed. He was still trying
to wiring on there, didn't it?
Sorry, go on, Chris. What?
The Y ship.
Yeah.
Just go in that and follow them.
Yeah, exactly. Danny Vance quickly says, hopefully they'll now tied up the Skywalker saga and just move on to something new. No, that'll never happen.
And I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But again, like Reva at the beginning, how did she crawl away? Obviously she survived a stab. We know that. Where the fuck did she find the ship? There was nobody around. It was like the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. And she arrived on Tatooine quicker than those guys.
And she arrived on Tatooine before everyone. And a great big fucking Star Destroyer can't shoot a lowly little ship. Oh, shields. The firepower on a fucking Star Destroyer is more than enough to wipe out a shitty little cargo ship. It's a cargo ship. It's not meant for battle.
Anyway, the Grand Inquisitor tells...
That's just the same part like The Last Jedi. You know, they're trying to chase those ships in The Last Jedi.
Exactly like that. Yeah.
Exactly the same.
Oh, that film. I hate it so much. Anyway, the Grand Inquisitor tells Vader we should go after refugees and not concern themselves with one lone Jedi, but he's no ordinary Jedi as far as Vader's concerned. Owen and Baru lock and load with some muskets. You see those fucking shitty guns they had. Anyway, Obi-Wan lands on the desolate planet and Vader prepares a ship to fight him.
He takes a Tardirian shuttle that he could have fucking taken before and let the Star Destroyer go off. Oh my god!
Yeah,
Tardirian, they have light speed. They're like long distance ships as well.
Yeah. Those ones can, introducing Return of the Jedi. Those ones.
Yeah.
Anyway, Vader lands on the planet and Obi-Wan is waiting for him as they duel. Reva is trying to kill Luke. I don't know why. I think she's just doing it to get back at Vader, isn't she? She probably knows that's Luke's son. Sorry, that's Anakin's son. Anyway, Vader has the upper hand in his duel, and he creates a ditch, giving him the high ground, and he starts burying Kenobi with rocks. Reva betters the last families without killing them. There were times when I'm thinking to myself, why don't you use your other arm with the fucking lightsaber and take a swing at him? She's constantly using her arm without the fucking lightsaber. Anyway, she betters the last family, doesn't kill them, but then she chases after Luke in the desert. And it was very cleverly edited as well, because not at one point did Luke see the lightsaber, because if he did, then that would break the continuity of him first discovering what a lightsaber is when he visited Kenobi in his shack. Obi-Wan uses the Force to escape the rocks and goes after Vader with a renewed endeavor and blasts him with rocks, and he starts fucking up his breathing apparatus. He slices his helmet, revealing a little of Anakin's face. Now, this was probably one of the better parts, in my opinion, of the episode. Part. Yeah. So, you got something to add, Chris?
Not really. It's still like there's still no peril. There's no.
Oh yeah. At this point, that's the problem with always the problem with prequels, unfortunately.
No, but
you have to.
So this is what I was saying. What I said, because we know there's no peril, there has to be more emotion. And the bit where Obi-Wan Kenobi sees Anakin's face and he breaks down, that makes sense. That's the blast from a past. That's a student he failed. This is a friend of his, and he sees his behind the robotic mask. He sees what used to be his friend, and you get that emotion. It's the one thing they got right. The one thing where you're like, yeah, this makes sense. And then we get back to the usual idiocy of, I've bested you. Now I'm just going to walk away. Even though earlier you said one of us can't come out of this alive. It's like, okay, you just you're just shitting on your own like continuity there. It's just
Big
fuck me
time.
in the ass, man.
It's just like
Obi-
the whole series. It's they capture Obi-Wan, then they let him go. Capture him again, let him go. Oh no, we'll let him go so we can follow him.
Yeah,
They've had him so
Yeah.
many times.
yeah, exactly.
Anyways, Obi says his friend. Sorry, let me go back a little bit. Obi-Wan calls him Anakin after seeing his face. Vader says that Anakin is gone, and Vader killed Anakin Skywalker. This is good because this is important because obviously when he tells Luke Skywalker about what happened to his dad, he says that a apprentice physicist called Darth Vader killed him, which is what Anakin says or Darth Vader says to Obi-Wan in this particular scene. Obi-Wan says that his friend is truly dead and says goodbye, Darth. And Vader screams, Obi-Wan, I think he says Kenobi, very Darth Maul style, as he's once again basically left for dead and defeated by his old master. Reva uses the Force to make Luke fall, and she's about to kill him, but she cannot because she sees her young self in Luke, and it kind of stops her from basically committing the killer strike. Obi-Wan, obviously, with the Force, feels that Luke's in danger and arrives back on Tatooine and helps Owen and Beru find Luke. Reva comes back with an unconscious Luke, and the last family take him away.
So
here, so far?
what we could have had in a nice like fun moment because the show's shit, nobody cares. We could have had the Tusken Raiders gun her down with Boba Fett with them because around about this timeline, he's with the Tusken Raiders. So, oh no, wait, no, this is way after. Sorry, I fucked up my timelines. We could have had the Tusken Raiders just gun her down, or Kenobi comes in last minute and kills her. But no, instead we got the fucking bullshit redemption. That oh yeah, we know you slaughtered a bunch of Jedi, but all is fucking forgiven now. It's okay.
Yeah, she cut off a woman's hand off in the beginning in the first episode. And tried to kill another guy.
That Jedi, they've killed Jedi even off screen, like before, like they got to this part of the show.
And I'll talk more about Reva after my play-by-play. But Reva says she failed them to Obi-Wan, meaning the younglings. She was also worried that she would become like Vader. Obi-Wan consoles her and tells Reva to give up her lightsaber and take a step back towards the light, which is looks like the direction Reva is going. Now Vader tells Palpatine, "Good to see an McDermott cameo. That they will leave no stone left unturned to find Kenobi." But the Emperor is kind of concerned with his apprentice because he's worrying where his loyalties lie. But Vader reassures Palpatine that he's only there to serve him. And back on Alderaan, Leia gets ready for more diplomatic meetings, and she wears the holster given to her by Obi-Wan. The person she meets is Obi-Wan. The Organas thank Obi-Wan for rescuing their daughter, and Obi-Wan is willing to offer his services again if ever they need him. Obi-Wan tells Leia about her parents a little bit and the qualities she shares from them. He then tells her for their safety, she must never tell anyone about their encounter. It could endanger them both. And I will say this. Remember in Return of the Jedi when they're fighting, Luke and Vader are fighting, and Vader trying to read Luke's mind. He does mention that you have a sister. He goes, "Yeah, Obi-Wan was wise to hide her from me." So this could be about all of this, if you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, the general intention was to have them they were both hidden from Vader in the whole thing, which is why it just didn't make sense having Leia in this at all. She should have been hidden with the Organas. Chris, sorry, did you say?
No, just agreeing with you.
All right.
Fair enough.
But we'll get to this bit later. If you finish off the play-by-play, because we're near the end now. Anyway.
Yeah, almost done here. So back on Tatooine, Obi-Wan wears more of the traditional Jedi robes and moves out of his cave. He pays the last family a visit and chats to Owen and tells him, "Yes, Owen, you're right. Luke just needs to be a boy, and the future will take care of itself." Owen, with a sense of gratitude, offers Kenobi a chance to meet Luke, and obviously Kenobi says to him, "Hello there." As Kenobi goes to his new digs, Master Qui-Gon materializes as a Force ghost, asking him to follow me. And that's it, the end of the episode. And Daniel Vance says, "Oh,
Thank you, Vance.
look,
Yeah, I was going to say that, but yeah.
no, and
Yeah.
a New Hope face palm, yeah, yeah."
Okay, so again, so with Bail Organa was meant to be on his way to Tatooine. Why the fuck wasn't he on Tatooine? When he left the
Yeah.
message, he said he's on his way to Tatooine, but he's still out on Alderaan. So he didn't even attempt. So it would have been made sense if he was there to face like Reva or like an offshoot of a rebellion was there to like something better than the fucking redemption that we knew we were gonna get. Because oh Lord, we can't have a fucking a villain like this. It's just like no, because we've done this, we've got to give them a redemption arc, and it's just like no, it was
No.
she was interesting, but she was a baddie. She was interesting. She was vicious. She was a bitch. It was great. That's what you wanted.
Definitely.
But then they go and redeem her. So I don't want to fucking redeem her because now this stinks of. We're going to get a fucking Vader series. I guarantee we're going to get a Vader series now because Vader was the only good thing in this. So everyone's going to be like, oh, okay, money, money, money. And Reva's going to be like the main like protagonist in this, getting her revenge. And it's just like, oh, fuck me. The never-ending circle jerk. Just... This has to be, honestly, hand on my heart, the worst Star Wars show, Star Wars anything ever. Now, I know Gary didn't like Visions, but at least Visions has 3 good episodes that you could enjoy. This show had nothing. It just had Vader, and that was it. And everything else was just like Ewan McGregor had no conviction in his acting or delivery at all,
No,
apart from when
very
he fucking
bland.
see.
Yeah, I
Go on,
agree.
Chris, go on.
Very bland.
Yeah, bland, wooden, non-interested. The only time he showed any convictions when he sees Anakin's face, and you're like, where the fuck was that Kenobi? You know, we get a bunch of shit thrown in at the end that you know they're gonna do, and the episode follows every fucking Disney episode of every last episode that they do of any of their shows, which is have all the big action at the beginning, then tie up a bunch of needless shit that we don't care about for the rest of the episode. And it's just like, I didn't care. I didn't care about any of this crap. Well, or that. Whatever. Reva will be back. Reva will be back.
That'll be a different timeline. Personally, I mean, the fact that she's hanging about, it just, it's like, what the fuck? Like, this feels like a loose end now. It really does. I mean, they really have to use her, and then they have to theoretically kill her off. You know, at some point.
They won't kill her off. They won't kill her off. They'll be scared to get branded a fucking racist or some stupid shit like that.
I don't think that. I mean,
well, I mean, they give her a redemption arc. Why?
Yeah, but they gave Ben Solo a redemption arc. They gave Anakin Skywalker had a redemption arc. Like,
that was another stupid redemption arc as well.
Yeah.
He didn't need a redemption. He should have been like full on villain.
He should have been the main bad guy of episode 9 for sure. Yeah, I mean, but I don't want to go too much of a tangent on that. Regarding Reva, I wish she never got a redemption arc either. I think she should have been killed off in episode 5, and then it should have been the main match.
Agreed.
Between and all of
Vader
that.
Vader should have just killed her off, and that was it. Or stabbed her, and then the Inquisitor comes and finishes her off. That's it. Gets
the problem with their writing is that they feel like shit. We need to somehow incorporate the last family into this somehow, even though for like most of the fucking series they've hardly been in it. It's a waste of people like Joel Edgerton. You got this superb actor. You had a small role in Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones. Now you're finally bringing him back, and this is how you fucking use him. Ridiculous.
And look how well his line delivery was. His performances, like he's in it for like a collective of like 3 minutes or something, and his performances were standout. His delivery was great. The way he did his lines, he gave a shit. And it was an injustice. That being said, just because it was an injustice, I don't want him coming up and getting his own fucking show with Luke Skywalker as a kid, because I don't want another show on bloody Tatooine again.
Another. It's a very small galaxy.
With the loss. Yeah.
It's like 2 planets in this whole show.
We did get some cameos though. We got the Palpatine cameo people were clamoring for.
That was good.
And we got the obviously sense. the Qui-Gon Jinn cameo, which I actually thought was really poorly done. You know, in my opinion, like, oh, like, I just sprouted out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean, it'll be nice if he was able to call upon him when he needed him. You know, and then he showed up or something along those lines. But it kind of reminded me of how Yoda just sprouted out of nowhere in fucking Last Jedi. It just felt really shit. You know, I wasn't happy. And when he does come, he's barely in it. You know what I mean? We don't even give us like a juicy couple of minutes with him. No, like, hello, here I am. Probably got $1 million for this. See you later. You know, it's just I like this whole show. Like, I know some people are not clamoring for a season 2, but I want a season 2 so that they can listen to the fans finally and do it the way we want it.
But they don't. That's the problem. They don't listen to the fans. All they do, they just give you snippets of fan service like characters, but they don't tie it up together. They don't deliver it in a good package.
Yeah.
How can this be the worst thing they've done? The worst property that they've done of Star Wars, when you've had shit like Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, Solo, Boba Fett, all these shows have just been shit. And here she comes again with this bland, soulless garbage. This just felt like a soulless. I felt like the whole thing was just a marketing ploy for that fucking little robot, Lola, more than anything else. Yeah, how could you can't keep doing this? You can't keep, like, at some point the fans just have to say, you know what, enough is enough. The franchise needs to die. I'm not going to pump any more money until heads roll. You know, mature this fucking product. Stop making it so 90s, so badly written. Oh, goddamn right, high blood pressure. It's just so frustrating because, again, you see other shows. Like right now I'm watching The Umbrella Academy. And everything makes sense. Everything is suspenseful. You don't know what's going to happen. Okay. Every episode means something. Every episode is intriguing. The characters are intriguing. Of course, me and Zan, we fawned over The Boys before. Chris, I know you're a massive fan of it as well.
Wanking over it, man.
Yeah. We've all had a good wank over it and how well it is. And then, you know, and then you just go back to Disney and it's just like, who are you for? And now it's at the point where I think I'm at the point now where it's just like, you know what? I don't like Thor. I don't give a shit to watch. It looks stupid. Okay. I don't care about Andor now because I know it's probably going to suck. It'll be a miracle. The only saving grace is I think the production is British. So it might have its saving grace there. I don't know who the director is. If they're British, then it might be good. But otherwise, I have no interest in that. I don't know what else is in the fucking pipeline. She-Hulk, I know I'm just going to get the same thing. Miss Marvel's okay, but the action is just daft. I don't know. You know, when it comes to Star Wars, I think Star Wars is dead now. It's completely dead.
Certainly is.
Yeah.
They're better off just selling it to like Warner Brothers or something and just being like, well, they can make it as stupid as we did.
Man, they sell it to Warner Brothers, all their fucking actors will be fired, done for fucking, you know, pedophilia or some shit like that.
Hey, Padawans, get a look at my lightsaber. Yeah.
I'll just sell it to Amazon and make the boys writers.
Yeah, give it to Amazon on Netflix. Yeah. They'll fucking do a great job.
Well, they were supposed to have those Game of Thrones writers on there, and that never materialized. And everyone got fucked for that because the Game of Thrones ended up finished prematurely, and they never ended up making up the show they wanted to on Disney in the first place. And I think they ended up working for Netflix, doing some shit for them.
Well, that's because. But again, this falls back to and before people get on my ass about complaining about Kennedy, I have just as much hatred for Kurtzman. Okay, so this is not a gender-based criticism. This is my hatred for producers. I fucking hate producers. And Kennedy has fired and argued with absolutely everyone she herself has hired. I mean, Patty Jenkins is gone. Now, they use the excuse of conflict with Wonder Woman 3, but that's complete pish. We know that them two have clashed because they're both strong-minded individuals, and so there's going to be creative clashes. You can't do this. You can't have the problem is you can't have executive producers on this show because the executive producers, their influence is shining through, and their influence is a very childish mentality. And I'm not getting a feel of this is the director doing this. It feels like it's Disney doing this, not the director. Like, my God, if you bring in Christopher Nolan and you still end up with something like this, then you know which are the heads that need to roll.
And when you watch the credits of any show nowadays, there's like 15 fucking executive producers.
Exactly.
You know, so like, you know, the amount of people like getting involved and having their say and stuff like that, you know, pulling a show or a film this way and that way, and then it ends up being something, you know, totally, you know, mutated. It's just
Spot on.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
you know, there's
Chris,
too many cooks.
Yeah, too many cooks. Chris, you want to say in general?
I say, with the whole of these, like Star Wars, they don't know how to do Star Wars. They don't know what a lightsaber does. 1 minute it bounces off a stormtrooper, next round it's cutting arms off. They just don't know how to use it. They don't know how to do. Honestly, they don't know how to do bloody battles, shooting each other. You can stand in a hole about 2 feet away. It's like with a naked gun.
Yeah, we mentioned that, didn't we?
Police squad. I mentioned it, and I made it. I posted a clip of it.
And also, there's the bit where they're in that hallway. She stood there for ages with a bomb in her hand. Everybody's staring at this bomb.
Yeah.
And not one person runs away and just about to blow up, then they run away.
Yeah, and like her death was like irrelevant. Nobody gave a shit. I think more people were sad about the droid.
Yeah.
Than they were about her dying.
The droid.
She was terrible. Whoever. She was absolutely terrible in that part. She couldn't act for Toffee.
No, and she's usually a good actress. I've seen her in a lot of stuff on like
British
TV, the dramas,
Torchwood and things like that.
Yeah, Torchwood and all that. She's top notch. But again, everyone, even like O'Shea Jackson, who's a bloody good actor, just felt like a bland pussy in this. Like it felt like you know, just
terrible
like
lines.
A dad
Giving terrible lines. Yeah,
awful. Yeah. The writing was abysmal.
Yeah. Some people are calling it like
I know
a
people are going
second
to say,
draft.
like, yes, it's Star Wars. The writing's never going to be good in Star Wars. Okay, yeah, okay, we know that, but it shouldn't get worse. It should be the same, but it's gotten worse.
Like, the universe is so small. It's all one planet. All ends up Tatooine and nothing else.
Everything ends up with Tatooine because, again, this is the mentality where I keep saying the fan service. But they don't know what fans want. They think they know what fans want, and what they think fans want are like fucking Tatooine all the bloody time, and a couple of characters. You gotta write the fucking characters, make him intriguing. Don't turn fucking Boba Fett into an animal lover and a soft cunt taking orders from his number 2 on how to do things, or some stupid little mod bitch with a fucking hipster haircut telling him how to do things. This is Boba Fett. He should have been like, I'm going to run the town. Right, here's some thermal grenades. I'll blow the fuck out of all these gangsters. Now I'm the daddy. But no, we get him sitting there fucking masturbating a great big fucking monster and sitting like an absolute cuck. He can't do anything right.
Yeah, the only time he was gangster was at the end of season 2 of Mandalorian when he shoots what's his face?
Bib Fortuna. When he comes in and you're thinking, ooh, is this going to be what it does the whole show? No, it sits on a fucking table chatting shit with everyone.
Chatting shit.
Murder them! You're a fucking undefeated bounty hunter. Murder them!
But to be fair, Boba Fett never did anything.
Huh?
Well, if you look at Boba Fett for that, out of all the movies, he hasn't done anything apart from stood in the corner and died. Well,
it's
he
just
didn't
because
die.
he looked cool that everybody liked him. It's just like, you know, style over substance. And then they're like, well, I guess we're going to build this character. I'll tell you what, Lucas was like, I'll tell you what, I'll make him his dad was like, why we got the clone troopers. And then after that, we'll make him to gangster, but we'll make him into a fucking animal-loving twat. Just like they're going to do with Kraven the Hunter. Kraven the animal lover.
Oh, God, I'm not looking forward to that. It's like, why do they constantly go away from the source material, which is what made them popular in the first place? And but even Boba Fett in the comics and stuff like that, there is some depth to him, and he's a fucking badass. He's cold and he's calculating, and he has loyalty not to many people. His loyalty is only to the purse. whoever it may be, who
Yeah,
pays him.
that's the story of Boba Fett as well in the comics. But what we got was a bastard, an absolute bastard bitch. What and this? See, sometimes you can't help but side with these annoying like right wingers, where they cuck male characters, they make them sympathetic and soft. Well, Disney does. Everyone else is it's all right. It's got balls to kind of just make them ruthless cunts. And you can't help but kind of side with them on that one particular thing. It's just like, just make him how he originally was. If he originally was a sympathetic character and a nice guy, do that. Don't break away from that. But if he's a bastard, stick to him being a ruthless bastard. Don't make him to a fucking animal lover.
It's like most of the baddies in like all the Marvel movies. They all have a redemption arc, or they were nice until they turned bad, but none of them were ever a bastard all the way through.
Yeah.
Exactly. Loki's been redeemed.
Yeah, they've redeemed Loki.
It's like, oh, you're a popular. It's like WWE. Oh, look, popular bad guy. Let's turn him face.
Yeah,
it's like sometimes you're a popular bad guy because you're a fucking bad guy. Imagine if they did that to the Joker, which they kind of did that in the Joker movie. To tell you the truth, a little bit. He became, So I hate it when they do that. If you're popular, they're popular because they're bad. You know what I mean?
They've done it to like half the Spider-Man villain, like Venom. Venom was so popular they made him into an anti-hero. Craven, another one, they made him into an anti-hero. It's just like Punisher was the original anti-hero. That's it. Everyone else just a bad guy.
The thing with for me when it came to the Boba Fett series, or if they were going to do a movie, is that these are one of the sort of films or shows where the character doesn't need an arc. He is who he is. He doesn't need to fucking see the bigger picture or be a people person or any of that sort of shit. One of my favorite films is the Judge Dredd movie with Carl Urban, because his character doesn't have an arc. He's always Judge Dredd from the beginning right to the end. You know what I mean? He doesn't. The only thing a little bit is that he decides to give that girl the job. Because she didn't have. The only thing is that he felt a bit sorry for not having a helmet. That was it. Other than that, he was badass from beginning to end. He stayed by the book. He learnt the law and all of that shit. And I wish that was the same with Boba Fett. Like, don't give him a fucking arc. Like being a Tusken Raider and shit. Oh God. You know what I mean? Like fucking Dances with Wolves. I just. Too many.
They turned him into Sylvester Stallone's Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh God, that's one of the worst films ever. But there's too many arcs for certain characters who don't need them. And Boba Fett definitely didn't need a fucking arc. He just needed to be what we know him to be, bad fucking ass. Get him out of that Sarlacc pit and see what happens. Or if they do a prequel, then we don't have to worry about that. I mean?
If they do a Vader series, what are they going to do for that length of run? They're going to turn him into a pussy that saves a couple of Padawans because all of a sudden he feels bad.
Yeah. Exactly. They've got a whole bunch of Inquisitors to kill off before New Hope.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, if they do a Vader series, then that's the other thing they need to do. Like the Inquisitors sniffing an opportunity to get because none of the Inquisitors died either. None of them.
Yeah,
they were
right.
around. Yeah, I know the Grand one dies in Rebels.
Rebels, yeah.
I don't know if the other ones die in Rebels too. I haven't watched the first season.
Don't fucking watch that shit.
Yeah, but so I don't. Yeah, I don't know if they do a Vader series where they just like bugger continuity and be like, yeah, they'll have him go up against the Inquisitors and he'll kill them, and I don't know.
The Inquisitors were pretty pointless.
Yeah,
they were pointless in this.
Yeah,
they just didn't do anything. Every time she went to try and get a Jedi or get Ben, they stopped it constantly.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I wanted more of the backstabbing and stuff like that if they do focus on the Sith characters, but we got a little bit of that in the show, but not enough. And they eventually start to fade out. Like, we had all these other like characters, these other Inquisitors. Before you know it, Like we're not giving a fuck about them anymore. Like by the fifth
they
episode,
faded off into the background. We've just got Reva, Kenobi, and Darth Vader.
yeah, it's like fucking hell. So absolute shit show. Unfortunately, it was the final episode was probably one of the better ones of this whole saga, but it doesn't mean that the show itself, the saga itself, was any good. And like I said, as somebody who is an advocate for Reva and who did like the character, I really did not like what they did with her in this final episode. The redemption was no good. Her surviving was not good. Fucking kill her off, man.
Yeah, she needed to die at that point.
Yeah, kill her off. Fuck's sake. And no redemption, but yeah. Anyways, I think I said as much as I can about this shit show.
Same, Chris.
Yeah, there's not really much to say, really, apart from it's just been a real big disappointment all the way through.
Yeah. Easily the stupidest show, and well, let's see what they do with the Andor next. But
what's after Andor?
Oh god, I think Ahsoka is next after that.
And then Mandalorian season 3.
We've got Mandalorian coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what they do with that one. Hopefully,
Bad Batch.
From I don't give a fuck about Bad Batch, but from the leaked trailer that I saw of Mandalorian, it does look like they delve more into Mandalorian lore, which is what I wanted from the beginning. Unfortunately, the little frog cunt is still around, but what the hell is Force Ghosts?
Like Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan.
Qui-Gon Jinn having a sex session with Yoda. Yeah. So let's see what they do with Mandalorian. I really can't be asked to fucking watch that. I'll watch it when it's all over. Then I'll just binge it.
I want to when they do like the Cheers inspired episode, set in the cantina bar with the CG B. Arthur who sings every week.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. What's the name of that blue guy? Arthur Mello, or what his fucking name is. The one who plays the fucking
I know what you mean.
I wouldn't mind seeing Max something.
There's what was that other Star Wars one that they did? The Acolyte, and then there's something to do with the High Republic as well.
The High Republic's coming out soon as well, which is going to be a flop. I already know it's going to be a flop because no one gives a fuck about the High Republic, and they're going to be doing Force aliens that eat people who have the Force.
Yeah,
no one gives a fuck about that. How about you don't focus on the Jedi? You know what I mean? Like, just do a Star Wars film which is not about the Jedi. Like, Solo wasn't necessarily super appreciated. I didn't mind it personally, in my personal opinion.
Well, it's not the worst one.
Yeah,
it's not the worst one. It's just after The Force Awakens, so that tells you everything you need to know. It's tolerable.
And obviously, Rogue One, which you like a lot.
Rogue One is number one, baby.
And those two films, which in my opinion are the better of the Disney films, they have no fucking, they're not about Jedi at all. I mean, you have like a Force sensitive guy here and there, and you have a bit of Darth Maul and Solo, but that's about it. You know what I mean? It's a dirty dozen in space, Rogue One.
Yeah.
I want some. I just want more like it's a big universe. I can see which our friend cousin Cheeto, he complains about Jedi being in everything. I can totally see where he's coming from. Like, these writers really need to get some more fans on board for some fucking ideas, because right now they've got some serious Stockholm syndrome going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the same characters, same places.
Same saga, same timeline, always around Luke Skywalker's saga or the Skywalker saga. It's just like, it's getting tiresome now. They need to move out of it. And yeah, just, just go ahead into the future, explore areas that don't have nothing to do with the Force, and give us more fucking aliens. What the hell's with so many humans in Disney's bloody stuff? My God, the Andor trailer. I don't think I saw a single alien in that bloody trailer.
It's becoming like Star Trek.
90% aliens. What you saw? What 3?
No, it's becoming like Star Trek with the aliens we do get. They're all like humanoid now.
Yeah,
as
they're
well.
all humanoid.
Like,
yeah.
I want the anatomy of these aliens to be so unique, like they were under Lucas. But now we're getting humanoid fuckers. It's just like, come on, man. You know what I mean? It's like Star Trek.
There's no creativity at all.
So
yeah,
all
cool.
the
All right,
creativity. Yeah.
we'll end it there, guys. I think we've said everything we need to say.
We're doing Ms. Marvel at 11:30 p.m. UK time, talking about episode 3 of that. So please join us for that, as well as obviously look at our channel. We've got everything you need under one fucking domain.
Yeah, Chris, want to thank you for joining us.
Oh yeah,
Thank you, Chris.
thanks for being
Been
here.
a pleasure. Hopefully you'll join us for other mind-numbingly annoying projects in the future.
Yep, hope so.
Yeah, and thank you everyone who joined us, especially Vance and Jose who joined us in the comment section. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and stick around for more Nerd Tube, the greatest channel you've probably maybe kind of sort of heard of, especially if you're in the fan film area. Anyway, that is all. Let normality resume. Bye.